And to that point, let's go to that very same episode and watch what you said about Harris. Megyn, does that answer your previous question, which is like, well, why can't they get rid of him? That's kind of why, because they know that, like, okay, if you could bring in Dean Phillips or if you could bring in RFK or anyone else magically, well, you still have to get rid of her. And that's what they're up against right now because nobody's going to vote for her.
Aren't you feeling sorry for yourself? Right? I'm feeling sorry for me.
Why am I feeling sorry for Megyn Kelly right now?
Get stuck with these two. How did we get stuck?
Existentially, yes, I feel bad for all of us. Yeah.
Yeah, and she used to go on with her, like, in that same speech with her, like, what we need is to be unburdened by what has been, which she says. So, yes, she is a massive problem for him. Yeah, like, make it a contest, but the Democrats will never put her in. But he cannot pass the baton to her because they will lose.
They did pass the baton. They did it on the DL, and she lost. So
it was reckless. It was an absolutely reckless decision. And now the interesting thing this week with Nancy Pelosi suggesting that was just a Joe Biden move, that she was surprised he endorsed her the day he announced he was dropping out, that she really wanted Pelosi an open primary in which Kamala was going to be forced to compete, but not guaranteed the outcome. I wonder if that's true. I don't know, but it is shocking that they went with her. I know why they went with her, the whole identity politics thing. They were stuck with her, and maybe Joe Biden just made it a foregone conclusion. But I don't know, because look, they could have said he endorsed her, and that's good, that counts for a lot, but we're still going to have an open primary. Pelosi said no. It was absolute recklessness to go with Kamala Harris. I mean, you couldn't have found a worse candidate. She is dumb. Too dumb to be president, too dumb to be vice president, even, I would venture, and just spent the last 100x days trying to convince us and remind us of that fact. She was completely, on top of that, inept as a candidate. I mean, you could have dumb, but somewhat street smart, like savvy enough to get through an interview. She had no skills, none whatsoever. I mean, we can all now recite her platitudes, her just empty phrases in our sleep. She refused to deviate off of her pre-drafted script. She gave us absolutely nothing to connect to. And so all that was floating in the ether was those radical positions she had taken in 2019, which the country universally rejected. It was an utter fail of a campaign on every level. And what's amazing, Dave, is that the mainstream media is ignoring the number one reason for the fail. And that number one reason is named Kamala Harris.
I'm surprised you're not giving her any credit for being from a middle-class family. Maybe you never heard that before, but I thought that was quite impressive, and it almost got the vote for me.
And maybe you heard she eats no for breakfast, too.